Hello everyone, welcome back to this new technology moment, this very brief video dedicated to this extraordinary tool from Klein Tools. You may have seen that we have already used and shown our experience with many network testers, some with more functionality even for fiber optics, some others much simpler but with the same idea in mind. I was a little reluctant at first to buy this tool, but now, after a couple months after having actually bought it, I'm very happy with my decision and I'm gonna tell you why. First, you're gonna get in the box, and please remember that this is for this specific model, the main unit, which includes the batteries, and the locator remotes that are not included in every combination of products from the brand. 5 locator remotes for UTP cables and 5 for coaxial cables. These were included with this unit, and these I additionally bought many more locators, 19 actually, as that was gonna be my main task, organizing and identifying the destination of many convergent cables to a location where I was gonna install a simple rack, and I was gonna have IP phones, IP cameras, and of course desktop PCs. So it was going to be important to very quickly identify where each cable was headed. That is exactly where I'm going to focus. Yes, this unit lets you test if your cable has been very well terminated or if it has any fault. First of all, it is not as simple to learn how to do it as it was with all the testers that I've used. Maybe this one is the least intuitive of all. Hence, our recommendation of taking pictures of your user's guide and save it in your own cloud service, or NAS in case that you have one of these great devices. Sorry I cannot show you the user's guide right here as for Amazon's guidelines. Anyway, what I liked the most of this tester is how easy organizing and labeling a cabinet is. Once you learn how to use it, you'll see you're a couple steps from doing anything this tester does. Okay, so methodology can be as you want it. In my case, I went to my cabling center with my main unit in hand, of course, and then went to connect as many remotes I had in the offices, network ports, IP phone locations, or camera locations. Anyway, the remote locations. You will very easily then identify each location. You can then label it and create your own map, relocate the remotes, and repeat the process. In no time, you will have ports labeled and identified. That is the real value I found for this tester. Something important to mention is that the locator or remotes do not let you test the termination of each one of the cables, meaning that you're not going to be able to test if your crimping was done correctly until you place the remote main unit, which means this one that you can undock from the tester. I haven't used it for coaxial cables, but I assume that it would be as incredibly useful as it was for UTP. What you're seeing on screen is what we had in our office. This is how it ended after having had such great help from this unit. Worth every penny spent on it. I just wish that there were a combo with more remotes, as the first 5 I actually didn't use, as these are gonna be identified with the same number of the first 5 units of these other units. So it's something to keep in mind. Once again, thank you very much for watching our videos. Remember that the idea for us is to share our experience with tech gadgets, so if you're in the decision-making process of buying one of these great tools, you make an informed decision. See you next time.